Hello guys, Art-Teeves here. In this video, I'll show you the process of texturing this stylized flower in Substance Painter. Before we jump in, I want to take a quick moment to say a huge thank you to all of my 202 subscribers. You guys are amazing. And now, let's get started. First things first, I set the highest possible amount of rays on all tabs, set my subsampling to 4x4 and disable the ID section. I'm texturing this flower in 4K resolution with my texture padding set to 16. As you can see, I'm using a modified version of a creature skin preset material. I also put this material into a folder, duplicate it, apply a black mask to it, add a fill layer, and apply a linear gradient to it to make the lower version of the material slowly blend into the flower's top. I use marker colors, such as bright red, to visualize the affected area, and later change it to proper paint. I use the preset material to highlight leaf edges. You can achieve the same effect by masking your layer, applying a fill layer to it, and using Mask Editor while playing around with its curvature settings. Now I place every layer I've created into a single folder, mask it, and use the Polygon Fill tool to paint flower. Then I apply a Cavity Rust Smart Mask to highlight folds and cavities, especially the central part of the flower. Once again, I use bright red marker color to see the affected area as I play around with mask settings. Later, I change the color and also the opacity of the layer. Now I simply duplicate this folder and use it on other parts of the flower, using a slightly different set of settings and applying some extra details. Basically, we repeat the whole process of texturing flower, but this time we only adjust the leaf's color scheme. Remember to keep the overall stylized look of your model. For example, we want to highlight leaves, as we've used the same technique on the flower. To give the leaf some horizontal fibers, I create a new fill layer, apply Fiber Smart Mask to it, put it into a new folder, mask the folder, and apply a directional blue to our mask. It turns our fibers into a bunch of horizontal lines. Then we reduce their roughness to make them glisten, and also reduce their height. We also want to give these fibers a slightly darker color. I duplicate the fibers layer and apply it to the flower itself to give it some flow. Obviously, we adjust it a little bit to make it match the flower's color. Now we duplicate this layer and apply its modified copies to other parts of the model. The flower's bulb doesn't need fibers, however, we want to give it some ground dirt. I imitate this dirt by using a fill layer and masking it with preset Rust Crown Smart Mask. I also invert the mask and increase the roughness of the fill layer. At this point, you may want to highlight dirt by increasing or decreasing the height of the corresponding layer, and also you may want to reduce its opacity slightly to make it blend with the rest of the flower. I repeat the same process for the rest of the model and try to make all colors match each other a little bit better. For our stem, I use Grunge number 5 with styling of 7. I invert the layer, give it a dark color and a negative height value. We also want to highlight darker parts by giving them high roughness. Now I create a paint layer, set all of its blending options to pass through, and use the stamp tool to cover up most seams. Finally, I go to Texture Set Settings menu, enable the emissive layer, and apply one emissive fill layer to this lamp theme. I also apply some masked layers with different emission settings to give it a more believable, organic look. And we're done! Thanks for watching, guys! If you got any value from this video, be my guest and subscribe to my channel for more stylized content. And most importantly, have a great day!